Hello everyone, welcome to Karnataka exams. This is part 2 of a KPSC 2008 question paper and we'll see 25 questions in this series in detail. First question, in Karnataka, Vishwa is a what? Industrial development program, agricultural development program, infrastructure development program or productive employment program. So Vishwa was productive employment program. So Vishwa, as we saw, was a productive employment program. I have written some employment programs which is important for our prelims, that is 2017 prelims, and we have discussed about these in detail in economic survey chapter on rural development. First one is NRLM or National Rural Livelihood Mission. It is also called as Ajivika, and in Karnataka it is run as Sanjeevani scheme. The second one is Deen Dayal Upadhyay Antyodaya Yojana, Mahila Kisan Sashaktikarana Yojana, and fourth one is Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana, and fifth one is Rajiv Gandhi Chaitanya Yojana. This is NRLM or a National Rural Livelihood Mission. This organizes poor into self-help groups. If you have to see it in only one line, self-help groups it organizes. Okay. And the second one is Deen Dayal Upadhyay Antyodaya Yojana. This replaces Ajivika. Okay, Upadhyay Antyodaya Yojana, this replaces Ajivika, and the important thing about this is it provides skill training. Okay, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Antyodaya Yojana provides skill training. And the third one is Mahila Kisan Sashaktikarana Yojana. This is for agriculture based livelihood for urban women. Kisan Sashaktikarana Yojana is for urban women. Fourth one is Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana is for youth employment program, and the Chaitanya Yojana is employment for rural youth. Okay, Gramin Kaushalya Yojana is youth employment, and even this is rural employment for youth. Second question, which are the states which are involved in Kaveri water sharing? Karnataka, Kerala, Pondicherry and Goa. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Pondicherry. It is now known as Puducherry, right? Okay. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Goa. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra and Maharashtra. B. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. These four states are involved with the sharing of Kaveri river water. Another important issue which was there last year was Kalasa Banduri. Okay, Kalasa and Banduri, they are the tributaries of Mahadhyay river, and the Kalasa Banduri canal project, it was to divert 7.56 TMC of water to Malaprabha river. So from Mahadhyay to Malaprabha river, and the states involved are Karnataka and Goa. So Kalasa Banduri, Karnataka and Goa. Karnataka's request for diversion of rivers 7.56 TMC of water to Malaprabha river. Third question, in Karnataka, main source of electricity is water, thorium, coal or uranium. And the main source of electricity in Karnataka is water, also known as hydro. Hydropower generation is the main source of electricity in Karnataka. Fourth question, High Power Committee to address the regional imbalances in Karnataka was headed by V.K. Gokak, Dr. Havnur or D.M. Nanjundappa or Venkatagiri Gowda. It was headed by D.M. Nanjundappa. They identified 114 taluks as backward. Fifth one, this is related to general science. Mirage are observed in deserts due to the phenomenon of interference of light, scattering of light, double refraction of light, or total internal reflection of light. Mirages are observed in desert because of total internal reflection of light. This is also observed. This is the same phenomenon which we see in diamonds. So we'll see all these four in detail. First one is interference of light. We'll see the definition. When two waves superpose to form a resultant wave of greater, lower or same amplitude, it is called interference of light. So when two waves superpose, what is superpose? It is placing one on the other. So when something is placed on the other, it is called as superpose. When two waves superpose to form a resultant waves, when it superposes and forms a resultant waves. So for example, this is one wave and this is another wave. Now it is joined or superposed. Then the resultant wave, This one is of greater, lower or same amplitude. What is amplitude? It is the measure of change over a time. So this change, it might be greater, lower or of the same amplitude. That is called as interference of light. Amplitude is measure of change over a time and superposes placed one above the other. So this is just general definitions to understand. Examples, we can see interference of light in soap bubbles. So on soap bubbles, when we look at it, it will show like rainbow colors on soap bubble. That is due to interference of light. Second one is scattering of light. What is scattering of light? From where light in the form of propagating energy is scattered. So light in the form of propagating energy is scattered. This is called a scattering of light. Because of this only, clouds look white in color for us. Sky also looks blue in color because of the reflection from the ocean. So the example for interference of light is soap bubble, and scattering of light is clouds appearing white and the sky appearing blue. Next one is double refraction of light. So for example, you take some material. Okay, you take this as a material. One ray enters and it splits into two rays, and each of those rays goes in different direction. Okay, one ray came and two rays went out in different direction. This is called as double refraction of light. It occurs in a crystal called as Iceland spar. Okay, that is Iceland spar. In that it occurs. So that is double refraction of light. Next is a total internal reflection. So totally inside it is reflected. That is total internal reflection. You take some medium. Okay, here if the light falls here, then it is reflected here. Again it is reflected. Again it is reflected. Like that. This is total inside it is reflecting. So totally inside it is reflecting, that is total internal reflection. This is the phenomenon which we see in diamond, and mirage is also that phenomenon, and optical fibers, and the audio also can be sourced through optical fibers. We have an optical out in some TVs from where the optical cable is joined to the audio source. For example, you take some amplifier, so that audio source, you can see that inside it will be transparent. So light, with the help of light only, the signal will be transmitted to amplifier, and that is how we get good sound. So through optical fibers we get a really good sound, that is lossless sound. So total internal reflection is complete reflection of ray of light within a medium such as water or glass. Now mirage, what is mirage? Light rays are bent to produce the displayed image. For example, if this is the desert and here is one image, okay, when you observe it from far, you feel that there is a reflection of this image on desert. That is called as mirage. That is, light rays are bent to produce a displayed image of a distant object or sky. Light rays are actually refracted to form false image at observer's location. For example, if this is observer and this is the object, then the light waves make a false image of that. That is mirage. Okay, the phenomenon which is involved in mirage is total internal reflection. Question: the conductivity of superconductor. How is the conductivity of superconductor? Is it very large? Is it very small? Or is it infinite? Or is it zero? The conductivity of superconductor is infinite. As it conducts more, that is why it is called a superconductor, and it is infinite. And the other one which we see is semiconductor. This is semiconductor is, at certain conditions it can act as insulator, and at some conditions it can act as conductors. That is why they are called as semiconductors. Whereas in superconductors the conductivity is infinite. And why is the conductivity infinite? Because of zero resistance, because of zero electrical resistance. So as we saw, superconductors, they have zero electrical resistance, hence their conductivity is infinite. One more important point is, if you take a metal, okay, if you take a metallic conductor and if you start heating it, so as the temperature is increasing, its electrical resistance will be decreasing gradually. As the temperature increases, the resistance of the metallic conductor decreases. For example, copper or silver. If you take copper and if you start heating copper, as you heat, the electrical resistance of the copper decreases. So what happens when the electrical resistance decreases? the conductivity increases. Seventh question, one cannot see through the fog because light is scattered by droplets. The refractive index of fog is infinity. Light suffers total internal reflection at the droplet in the fog. D. Fog absorbs light and we cannot see through fog because of scattering. Light is scattered by droplets. That is why we cannot see through fog. Next one. Light year is a unit of time, distance, light, or the intensity of light. Light year is a unit of distance. So what is light year? Distance traveled by light in 1 year is light year. Okay, if light travels some distance in 1 year, that is called as light year. Ninth one, which is the most dense planet of solar system? Sun, Mercury, Saturn, or Earth? First of all, Sun is not a planet. Okay, in Mercury, Saturn, and Earth, Earth is the most dense planet of solar system. Here I have written 5 important facts about solar system. One is totally there are 181 moons in the solar system. Total moons in solar system is 181, and out of this 67 moons belong to Jupiter. So Jupiter has highest number of moons, and even though Mercury is closer to the Sun, it is not the hottest planet. The hottest planet is the second planet, or Venus. Venus is the hottest planet. Jupiter has biggest ocean of any planet, biggest ocean of the solar system. Then the Jupiter has it. Fourth one, Saturn is the only planet with rings, and Jupiter, as I said earlier, has 67 moons. Next question. When an object is placed between two parallel mirrors, the number of images formed will be, if you take this one as mirror and this one as mirror, and an object is placed here, then how many number of images will be formed? 8, 2, infinite, or 32? And the answer is infinite. When you stand in front of the mirror and hold one more mirror behind you, you can see infinite images of yourself. 11th question. Inert gases are miscible in water, not stable, chemically very inactive, chemically very active. Inert gases are chemically very inactive. We will see what are inert gases. When you look at the periodic table, it is something like this, right? So the elements which come in the last column are inert gases. They are argon, neon, xenon, krypton, helium, radon. Inert gases are also called as noble gases. They do not undergo any chemical reactions. That is why food is packed in inert gases to remove oxygen gas. It also prevents bacterial growth. It is also used in historical documents. To protect the historical documents, it is used. That is, historical documents may be stored under inert gases to avoid degradation. Why it will avoid degradation? Because there is no chemical reactions which goes. That was the question, right? So inert gases are chemically very inactive. 12th question. An atom of an element with an atomic number 7 will contain 7 neutrons, 7 protons, 5 protons and 2 neutrons, 7 protons and 7 electrons. And the answer is 7 electrons and 7 protons. So we'll see the concept behind this. We know something called as atom, right? So an atom has these tiny particles called as protons, neutrons and electrons. So an atom is made up of tiny particles called as protons, neutrons and electrons. Protons and neutrons together make up nucleus. So in nucleus, protons and neutrons are there. Then electrons are surrounded around the protons and neutrons. So here we'll see electrons. Electrons have negative charge, whereas protons have positive charge. So the number of protons, if it is 5, electrons will be 5, but protons will be positive and electrons will be negative. Neutrons have no charge. Atoms are made up of tiny particles called as protons, neutrons and electrons. Protons and neutrons together make up nucleus. Electrons are surrounded by the nucleus and they have negative charge. Protons have positive charge and neutrons have no charge, or else they are neutral. That is why they are called as neutrons. 13th one. Which one of the following is a fertilizer? Sodium nitrate, sodium carbonate, sodium peroxide, sodium trisulfate. And the fertilizer is sodium nitrate. 14th one. After diamond, the second hardest material known is graphite, carborundum, calcium chloride, D none. After diamond, the second hardest material is carborundum. Here are 5 hardest substances on earth. First is hardest of all the substances, diamond. Second is carborundum. Third is topaz. Fourth is quartz. And fifth is orthoclase feldspar. 15th question. Temporary hardness of water is due to the presence of magnesium sulfate, calcium chloride, sodium bicarbonate, or D, calcium bicarbonate, and it is due to the presence of calcium bicarbonate. 16th question. To an observer on the earth, stars appear to twinkle. This is due to refractive index fluctuations in Earth's atmosphere, frequency absorption of starlight by their own atmosphere, frequency absorption of starlight by Earth's atmosphere, or stars do not emit light. Stars appear to twinkle because of refractive index fluctuations in Earth's atmosphere. 17th one. Energy plantation refers to the cultivation of wheat, coffee, maize, or jatropha. Energy plantation refers to the cultivation of jatropha. With respect to energy plantation, you have to remember two things. One is they can be harvested in a short time, and the second one is they are mainly meant for fuels. Okay, the mainly meant for fuels. Growing select species of trees and shrubs which are harvestable in short span of time, and they are mainly meant for fuel, that is energy plantation. 18th question. Discovery of transposons or jumping genes in maize was done by Hugo or Barbara, Watson and Crick, or John Gregor Mendel. It was done by Barbara McClinton. This question was asked in 2008, and Barbara McClinton won a Nobel Prize for discovery of transposons, also known as jumping genes in maize. They won a Nobel Prize in 1983. So the 1983 Nobel Prize question was asked in 2008. So transposons, also known as jumping genes, were discovered by Barbara McClinton and won Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1983. 19th question. Example of egg-laying mammal: shrew, bat, echidna, or whale. And the example for egg-laying mammal is echidna. 20th. This question is related to biology, DNA. Which one of the following is right complementary base pairing in DNA? A to T, G to C, or AGCT, ATCG, or AGCT, and it is A to T, G to C. Like it is KPSC, you can remember as ATGC. KPSC, ATGC. Just a shortcut, A to T and G to C. Now this A equal to T and G equal to C means amount of adenine is equal to amount of thymine, and amount of guanine is equal to amount of cytosine. Okay, A pairs to T and C pairs to G. They establish hydrogen bonds. So what bonds exist between these? Hydrogen bonds exist between these. And what is it known as? It is known as rules of Watson and Crick base pairing. We saw this in the Nobel Prize one's example. Okay, this is called as Watson and Crick base pairing. Amount of adenine is same as that of thymine. Amount of cytosine is same as that of guanine. 21st. Archaeopteryx presents an evidence of connecting link between amphibians and reptiles, reptiles and mammals, birds and mammals, or reptiles and birds. It presents an evidence of connecting link between reptiles and birds. 22nd. The first United Nations Conference on Environment was held in June 1972. And where it was held? Was it held in Rio, Johannesburg, Stockholm, or Canada? It was held in Stockholm. Stockholm is capital of Sweden. Okay, it was held in Stockholm. When it was held? 1972, and also remember the month, it was June 1972, and it was Conference on Environment. 23rd question. Project Elephant in India was launched in 1965, 1980, 1992, or 1995. Project Elephant was launched in 1992. Please write in the comments when was Project Tiger launched in India. Which is not carbon sink? Soils, forests, oceans, or buildings. All these three are natural except for buildings. So buildings are not an example for carbon sink. So last question, I've changed this question for our importance. Okay, Basava Award in 2013 was given to Medha Patkar, U.R. Ananthamurthy, Javare Gowda, or none of these. In 2013, which is the latest Basava Award, was given to U.R. Ananthamurthy. So that's all for today. Please like the video if I've understood something. Subscribe to the channel. I'll come up with more videos. Thank you.